Hello, it's Kay here. Just like to welcome you to my crafty tutorial. I've now become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and although some of the papers that I'm using are old papers and not in the current catalogue, things such as the punches and some of the stamps are still in the catalogue. And what I'm wanting to do is show you that you don't have to have everything under the sun to be able to make some really nice items. If you pick and choose and gradually build up your craft stash and the things that you actually use, just by having a few basic stamps, colours, papers, etc., you can find that you can actually make a whole host of different items. Now, I set myself a challenge in the fact that I wanted to make as much as I could out of one DSP 12 by 12 piece of paper. So what I have come up with is the following. Now, I'll just put that one to one side. What it is, you make a box with a tag, with a just for you, and inside your box that you make, we've got 4 cards. Oh heck, we've got a cat of just making his way across the table. Hopefully he won't get too excited and come back again. Right, we've got 4 in the box, 4 4x4 cards, plus 4 little gift cards. So they fit in your box. You then have, all with this one sheet of 12 by 12 paper, you make your little tag to go on your box. So there you are. That's a lovely gift to begin with. But of course, when you give a gift, you want to write a card. There's enough paper to make a 5th card. And, of course, well, you always wanted that little bit extra, don't you? So how about the mini tote bag, the Hallett bag? Write down mini, and I've just about got it big enough that it will fit 2 green and blacks, or it could fit some other little items, some sweets or whatever you fancy. But I'm just trying to show you how much stuff you can actually get out of one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Okay, the card. To make the cards and the boxes and the tags, I used 4 A4 sheets of white card. So for 4 A4 sheets, 1 12 by 12 sheet, you get 5 cards, 5 of the gift tags, a box, and a little bag. Not bad money's worth, if I say so myself, is it? Right, so we'll do no more than I'll get and show you how I managed to get all these items from that one sheet of paper. So I've written or drawn it out on the back of the card. Now, I'm not sure whether that will go small enough. Okie dokie. On the top of your paper, if you cut out 3 by 3/4 strip, and then another 3 by 3/4 strip, so you've got 2 strips, and then you cut those strips into 3 3/4, so that you have 6 squares of 3 3/4 inches. Your pieces at the end you can then use to make the straps for your tote. Next, you cut a strip of what you have left of 1 3/4 inch, and you cut them into 3-inch pieces. That gives you 4 for the for your pieces for on your gift tags. Next, your piece that's left there at the bottom, can you just about see it there? You cut a 7-inch piece, and you cut it down to 2 inches, and that makes the body of your tote bag. And then from the piece that you have left over, you cut your fifth 3 by 1 3/4 piece. You then have a little piece here left, piece here, and a piece along here, which you can use as the base edge on your tote if you so wish. And those two pieces, I just get my punches and I've cut out either my flowers or butterflies, so there's absolutely no waste at all. So on the strength of that, we'll just cut out, we'll just do the one, so it's strip 3 3/4 wide. There's one, another 3 3/4 wide. That's 2. And that cuts you get the body for the 6. You cut out your 7-inch, no, your 1 3/4 strip next, and you cut, there you go, 1 3/4 strip. You cut your 7-inch piece down, and you cut that to 2-inch wide. That's your piece for your bag, and then you do another 3-inch by 1 3/4. Got that. That's your bag. That piece cuts down into 4 pieces. A bit bronze and wrist. There we go, that's better. So that now you have 1 2 3 4 5. Those are for your gift tags. We have these. This needs to cut down to 3 3/4, 2, 4, 6. That makes you 6. That gives you makes it for 5 cards plus 1 for on your box. I will put all these measurements on my blog because it's obviously going to be quite painful. There you go. Those two make your tote. And if you cut these longer pieces that you have left for your strap of the width, I just take it so it's about 2/3 of that width, and those will make your handles. As you see, not a lot of waste, and to be quite honest, there'd be hardly any waste. Use your punch. I have a big container full of punched out flowers and butterflies. As I have a piece like that, I just punch it out. Right, first of all, what you want to do is make your cards. Now, out of your A4 card, if you cut it, the first piece off as an 8, so it's 8 by, cut it so it's 8 by 8, and then cut it in half so it's 8 by 4. So each sheet of A4 you'll get 2 of your 8 by 8, 4 by 8. This piece, so that makes you 2 cards. Cut this down to 3-inch square for on your, there we go, that's 2, and your space of your tote bag is 3 by 2 1/4. So that piece is 3-inch when you've cut it off, so you just do it by 2 1/4. And that's to make, that makes your base for your tote. Right, obviously you do the same again to make your next 4. So it's 2 sheets of A4 will actually make your 4 cards. And 2 totes. Sorry, I'm getting myself 3 inch and 2 1/4. That's your tote part. Now I won't bother cutting out the rest. So there we've got 2 totes faces. So right, what I'll do is first of all I'll show you how to make a basic card. Obviously what you need to do, you take your 4 by 8 piece of card and you score it down at 4. Simples. Fold it and burnish. Hopefully then all you need to do is you take one of your 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 pieces and you stick that into the centre like such. If you're making a batch of them, it's actually easier to do it each direction, so you do 4 of those and so on and so forth. Your next card fits in the centre. Now I'm using Marina Mist. I'm hoping that it actually matches the colour here. I'm not 100% certain, but as I haven't got all the new in colours at the moment, it's a bit of a hit and miss. And I'm using Work of Art. I think this is a really useful stamp set, and you can bring the changes so well with it. So all you do is you're stamping up and pressing that into the centre, and then I'm doing the just for and the thank you. So I'm using the just for, and I've actually put an arrow so that I know which way is the right way up when I'm doing the stamping, because although you get the sticky back pieces to put onto your back of your stamps, I must admit I'm not a total lover of it, so I found that this works just nicely for me. Each to their own. No doubt you have your own preferences. I like the photopolymer stamps. This one is the red one with the extra sponge on it. The reason why I go for those versus the wooden ones is merely a space issue. And then finally I take the U, which is a really nice, like a brushwork script, I suppose would be the best way of describing it. And yet again I've put an arrow on there. And I've got the U. Oh, brilliant. And that's it basically. So I'll just move those out the way for the moment, so I'm not covering everything in ink. And we'll stick that one down, and I'm just plugging in my heat gun, because when it comes to putting the petals on the front, I'm into a phase of using the heat gun after having it sat there. I used to use an awful lot of the gel glue type stuff, but I find in the hot weather it tends to go off. And to be quite honest, the glue gun, I haven't had any things fall off. Now you could either build this up with your dimensionals, but I found because I'm putting four envelopes, 4 cards, and 4 of the tags in the box, it's getting a bit of a tight fit if you're actually putting dimensionals on there. Now all the little offcuts that you've had from your white card, now's the big moment to actually make use of your Petite Petals punch and chop out a few for the decoration. So, I mean, I've got 6 out of that. No Keeper. Yet again, my cat's deciding he wants to get in on, whoops, on the act. Yes, I love you too. Come on, shift. No, 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 no. No, come on, down. Now we've got cat fur everywhere. Right, you want to get your Petite Petals and put a bit of shape to them. So what I tend to do, I move that up there, is I get my ball tool and you just push down in the centre on a sponge. You can use, you can get by Stampin' Up's own sponges, or you can actually use computer mat, anything, you know, whatever. If you're just starting out on crafting, you just find what make, do and mend. So a bit of glue on the back there, and your flower into the centre, and then all you need, I've got some little pearls, and I'll be totally honest, at the moment I haven't got round to buying any from Stampin' Up. These are cheaper ones from, you know, the the pound shops. I realise the Stampin' Up ones are a better quality. But at the moment, as I said, I'm only just become a demo with them, and eventually I will move over to more of their products, but you can't have everything immediately, although you'd love to, but the bank balance just doesn't allow it. So I think that is a really pretty little card. So that will make 5 of those. That's a cat coming through the window now. It's all busy here today. Right, your next thing I will do is I will show you how to make the box. So you get your sheet of A4 card, and yet again, I repeat, I will put all my sizes, etc. on my blog. And my blog, you can find me at on Blogspot under the name of Crafty Firebird. So it's craftyfirebird.blogspot.co.uk. Right, on your long side, you want to score at 1 inch, at 2 inch, wrong, sorry, on your short side, on your long side, sorry, on your long side, score 1 inch, then 5.5, 6.5, and 11. One, 5.5, 6.5, 11. Turn it round and you do 1, 2, 6.5, 7.5. Now, I tend to cut up, before I cut everything out, I want to show you a little trick that I've come to the conclusion that I hate wasting card, and all these little pieces that you're going to cut out to make your box are ideal to use with your punch. But once you've cut them off, getting them into your punch is going to be an experience, to put it mildly. So, I'll be cutting off the 2 on your narrow piece. That will actually fit your little butterfly punch. So you've got one there, one there. So cut that out. I'm taking off that piece and that piece. So that will actually fit your petite petals on that one. As I said, once you've cut them out, trying to get that 1 inch square piece in is a nightmare, but you can do it when it's still attached to your card. That one will fit, because that one's slightly smaller, will fit your butterfly. So that will fold in. I want to cut down, this piece will come off. Most people cut off so it's that piece just going in and the other tucking in, but I like to fold a piece over so it's extra strength. So along the top there I can get some more petals out. So cut. And you know, it's just a case of stretching everything, isn't it? That becomes your flap to flap in, and this one you just take the top piece off. And yet again I can get a butterfly out of the bottom one. It's only because it's not quite 1 inch deep on the bottom tags. Right, let's just check. I can take butterflies all off down this side. I'm going to make it as a solid box as opposed to a double-sided opening, just merely for the fact that I can save myself card by utilising that lot for my boxes. Just throw. So you've now got quite a few pieces there that otherwise you might not have been able to utilise due to cutting it too small to actually fit into your punch. Just call me tight. Now all you need to do next is just burnish your folds. There we go. It's much better to actually burnish your folds because it gives it a nice crisper finish. And just those last two. Right. So now what happens is that becomes your side. That one folds down and sticks down. Right. I like to use liquid glue for my boxes. I know a lot of people use the fast fuse. If you're doing a box and using cardboard, you don't want to use your ordinary tape roller because it won't stick. There we go, come on, out you come. And I glue that one down. And you bring that flap so that you have a box this shape so far. Oops. Now at the bottom you take your long side will come from the front. You put your two edges in, your bottom, and then you put the glue on this piece. Line it up. Get your hand in. Just hold it a couple of moments for the glue to fit. Right, now as I said, this flap here, a lot of people cut it off, but I like to just give that little bit of extra strength on my boxes for when they close. So a bit of glue and fold it in, and then using 3/4 inch hole punch, I just cut a little half circle out of that. There's your hole punch. Just take a little bit off the edges, which would have been easier if I'd done it when it was flat, but so excited to actually get the box made up that I missed that part. That just so when it folds in, you've got a little bit of gap for this to go down, and to enable this to your tab to actually go down easier and tuck in easier, just take a tiny slither off the edges and then round your corners. One of the things on my wish list is the corner punch, but for now I'll carry on with my crocodile. Right, as you can see, that then goes in nice fitting. It's got a I suppose you could say it's got a bite to it. It actually holds really well with having that extra thickness. So now for your front, all you do is actually repeating what you did on the front of your card. So you've got your square, sticking down. You've got somewhere, you've got your 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. So once again, stamping. And you put in Just For You, which I really messed that up. Turn it over. Stamp it again. I've got a feeling I will be redoing this tutorial due to cat attacks and total bloopers, but I'll plough on with it at the moment and see if I can actually make it without getting any worse. Now it's the U. Okay, we have the technology. And once again, stick that down. Onto your box. And you put one of your little flowers that you've previously made. Bit of glue. Put it in the middle. And you need then to put one of your pearls in the centre, and that's your box. Now what I've done on the boxes that I've made, so that I can attach the gift tag, just punched 2 small holes in the top here so that I can thread the gift tag. Come on, don't be silly. Okay, 2 tag holes, 1, 2, and that's ready for tying the gift tag. To make the gift tag, you need your 2-inch by 4-inch card. To make the gift tag, it's a piece 2-inch by 4-inch. So you cut that out of one of your other sheets. I'm going to forget this as a game. It's all very, very simple, very straightforward. Right, the pieces that you cut at 2 by 4-inch, there's your 2 by 4-inch. What you need is your tag topper punch. Super simple. All you do is, that gap is 2-inch wide, you slide your 2-inch card straight down until it stops. You see it there. Punch it, that's the top of your card. round the two bottom corners. Stampin' Up does do a corner rounder, which is on my wish list along with everything else. Now you could put it square, but I like to round my DSP, and the DSP is cut to 1 3/4 by 3, so just round those and take that on. Right, now what I've done is I've used 3 petite flowers. So out of the ones that I previously cut out of my leftover bits from the box, take 3 of them, push, 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 bit of glue, just scattering them. Put in your pearls. It's again Stampin' Up supply. You can buy packs of pearls and various other embellishments to go in your flowers. I have to admit these are only from one of the pound shops. Does the job. If you can't afford everything, choose wisely what you're buying as your first items. Things like your circle punches, your tag punch, your petite petals. Petite petals brilliant because you've got embellishments. So if it means buying those instead of buying, you know, the pearls, when you can pick up some pearls from a cheap shop, why not? You know, we all have to save money somewhere somehow. Right, now all I've got on this then is using my StazOn. I've got what was a hostess gift, and I'm not sure whether it's still whether it's one that's still available or not, but they've got handy little words. They've got, you know, you just need a little hive one. There's plenty of different ones in Stampin' Up. Oh, there we go, sparkle. So just use that, and then I use the word window punch to cut it out. This window punch makes all the difference. And stick it, I think I'll stick it on with my glue gun for now. Put that across. And darn the expense, let's put another pearl on the end. And then all you need is to find where you've hidden your baker's twine, which it was here, honest. There it is, buried. Piece of baker's twine. And all I've done is put my baker's twine through here. Now for the tags that are in the box, I've just used a piece of baker's twine and knotted it, but on the basis that this is my little gift box, I'm just threading it through the 2 holes. Tying a knot. Cut off my difference. And there. It's the box with the tag and the card. So all it leaves us now is just to show you how to do the mini Hallet bag. It's basically the same as its big brother, but we're on much smaller sizes now. It's a 3 by 2¼ inch piece of card. All you need to do is score it on 4 sides by ½ inch. Fold and burnish. So for the size of it, you can get away with your fingers. Just cut on these little corners, take a little notch out, turn it, cut the next one, turn, cut the next, and again. Now, unlike an ordinary box where you put the corners, the tabs on the inside, when you're making the little tote you put the tabs on the outside, because that's then being covered with paper. It won't be seen. So if a tab there, there, so you've got all 4 sides done. You can do it fairly quickly. Right, now you need your 7 by 2 inch piece. You can use tape. I've started using glue. It just means you have to hold it a little bit longer. And as you get round the side, just pinch it so you get your corner to fold in. Oh, everybody and their dog. Now it's the ice cream van. I couldn't record it this morning because it was so bright. There was more shadows than light. And now I seem to have everybody coming round making as much noise as possible. Of course, if you've got young children, I presume you have told them that when the ice cream van's playing, they have in fact run out of ice cream, as opposed to wanting your business. Right, then you glue that up there. You can, at this point, stick that little strap, that little offcut round. Why not? Let's live life in the fast lane. If you turn it, the DSPs, because they're double-sided and they match each other, it's great. So you've got coordinating papers, so you just bring that in, once again round, there we go, squeeze it so that it gets that shape of a tote bag. Now you've got some pieces somewhere. You had 2 offcuts. There we go. This length. When you cut out your original amount. Now I think that's too wide to be used as the handles, so I've just cut it just a little bit less than halfway, and then a bit of glue at the end. Put one on, get the other one on, ready. And then dab at the other end Oops. There we go. Just gently curving your handles in. There we go. And finally, you just take another petite petal to decorate the front of your bag. And decorate it with a pearl. And there you have your little basket, your little tote bag. You have 5 of these out of your A4, your 4 sheets of A4 card and your 1 sheet of 12 DSP, your box and your tags. I hope you've enjoyed this. Apart from all the noise and the various chaos that's ensued, I've quite enjoyed making it and sharing with you. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe and come along to my blog, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime. Bye.